the YouTube called History Hunters, where one man travels all over California telling stories of a long time ago.
So Cody and his caravan are hanging out in Oakdale this morning, learning a bit of history. Hey, Cody.
Indeed. It was a little awkward this morning when Sean and I were telling you how big of fans we are of your show, and you told me you'd never seen my show.
You know, that's true. I'm not a morning person.
It's fine, Jeff. It's fine. I'll get my ego in check. Let's talk about History Hunters. How long have you been doing this?
I started the program on my channel in 2017, and I've just always been interested in history. And there was one day in particular, my girlfriend and I, Sarah, we went to the location where Black Bart committed his first and last robberies on Funk Hill outside of Copperopolis. And after I had left there, I thought, you know, I should do my own YouTube channel and show some of these historical places that people don't know about. And I really didn't think it was going to go anywhere. I thought it was just going to be my effort, you know, just to appease my historical interest. But then it started snowballing, and currently I have about 130,000 subscribers, which isn't too shabby.
Yeah,
I know
good, yeah.
A lot of people have a lot more, but we're getting there. And I primarily do I like to do stories that nobody has done. But there are times when obviously somebody else has done them. Like I'll do a lot of cemetery visits. Not all cemetery visits are in my videos, so I'll do historical locations throughout California, obviously the closer ones to home. But this one here, do you want me to talk about this one?
I think we should. Why are we here? We're here to see Kyle Anderson.
Kyle Anderson, he was getting ready to retire. He was an Oakdale postman. It was the end of the day. It was August 12th, 1959. Getting ready to eat dinner with his wife and his his grandchildren were there, his daughter was there, and all of a sudden this Air Force jet, it was an F-10 Air Force jet, the pilot had bailed because he had hydraulic problems over the Jamestown area. I don't know if it's protocol to bail from your airplane, but here's this airplane. He's flying from Sacramento to a location in Arizona. He decides to turn back, but he has to bail from the aircraft. So the plane actually ends up careening out of control into Oakdale, and it came in from the west side of Oakdale, hit Mr. Anderson's farm. One of the landing gear broke off and shot right into his kitchen, to the kitchen door, and killed him immediately. And poor guy's buried here, his life cut short. He was ready to retire, like I said. No. His wife's buried next to him. You can see that the wife lived on quite a ways afterwards, but I can just imagine the horror that this woman went through, you know, to see your husband taken out.
And it's not the only airplane or airplane equipment flying out of the sky and killing people stories that you've done in History Hunters.
No, in 1986 there was a Aeromexico jet that collided with a small plane in Cerritos, California, and then wiped out an entire neighborhood. It was very tragic. And prior to that, in the 70s, late 70s, there was a PSA crash in San Diego. Took out the entire, you know, everybody on board. I think it was like 120-something souls on board, and then 7 or 8 people on the ground were killed. But I went to that location. You can't even tell that anything tragic happened there. At both locations.
Yeah. And so you telling the story keeps their memory alive.
Yeah, and one of the things I like to do is take pictures and superimpose them. It's very popular on my channel. I will take a picture, try to stand where that person stood 120 years ago, whatever the particular picture is, and I will blend it in with the scene today, and people really enjoy seeing how things change.
Yeah.
I did one of Waterford, California, too, where I took old pictures of businesses in town, and then I superimposed them to today, and they could see how the town had changed. But yeah, it's been a real popular feature of my channel.
It's great. I'm telling you, History Hunters. Matter of fact, go to YouTube right now and subscribe. We're watching to see how many people subscribe. All right, that's all coming up. We're going to tell you another crazy story about somebody that's buried here, and I'm telling you, the story is wild.
Wow.
It's wild. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
It's wild.
Okay, I think he has a new fan, though, new viewer right here.
Yeah. Thank you, Code.